Okay, so I'm looking at the connecting energy between you and the person on your mind. And what we've got come out is transformation, the universe, and emotional withdrawal. So I feel like there's big changes happening within the connection. Through an emotional withdrawal. At the bottom of the pile, there was also heartache and loss. So I feel like you're clearly in separation with this person. There has been heartache and loss. It surrounds it. There's been emotional withdrawal. But through that withdrawal, there's been a transformation and a completion. There's been some movement, there's been some change. Something old has ended for something new to begin. You probably don't know this unless you've been in contact with this person and you know that there has been changes and things have been moving and old patterns or cycles have ended. But there's a real sense of a big shift in energies here. So let's get your person. What's the energy surrounding your person at the moment after this transformation and ending? Okay, so we've got disruption, heartache and loss, rest and rejuvenate, and love begins. Okay, so disruption is the tower moment, which is what we also need to bring in about these change and transformations and endings. So they've had a breakdown of their old self, their old ways, and it's caused heartache and loss. It's caused this separation that you're in. But then we've got rest and rejuvenate, and love begins. So it's like out of the destruction, there's that reflective period where we take time to ourselves. We go over things, we work on things, and there's a sense of a new beginning, a new love beginning. So this really fits this transformation and endings. We've got victory and success on the bottom. So perhaps they're in an energy, or an energy is around them where they feel like they've actually conquered something. And maybe it has to do with certain aspects of their shadow, their patterns, whatever it may be. There's an energy also around them of having succeeded in something. What's the energy around you? What's the energy around you? just a sense, there's a sense of coming out of a stillness here. With this sort of transformation. Base chakra and the waiting game. So you've been trying to stay really grounded and centered. You feel a bit like throughout this period, you clearly felt a little bit like you've been waiting, and maybe you feel like you've been waiting on this, or waiting for this transformation, for this change, for almost like for their tower moment to happen in order for the transformation. It feels like you've been waiting, or like there's been seeds planted. But this person has turned their back to the hourglass here. So although you may still have that feeling that you've waited for it, I think you've also been looking towards other things, knowing that just sitting idle isn't going to serve you. So we've got a movement, choices, and decisions. So I think you have been looking at your other options, other pathways. Maybe you've sort of been contemplating about what to do, what next steps to take if there wasn't a transformation, and how you might move forward with that. And hope. So in this waiting, I do feel you've held on to some hope despite the emotional loss. So you've definitely felt this separation. It's felt heavy in your heart, but you haven't given up on your hope that something will happen and something will change. And the connecting energy, despite the emotional withdrawal, there has been a transformation, which is the death energy, and universe, which is world energy. So something coming to completion. So this, at the moment, you probably don't know, you wouldn't know that this has happened. So perhaps there hasn't been any indication or any communication between you in order to give you this feeling. But you still hang on to this hope that something has moved, something has changed. All right, let's have a look just quickly at some messages from your person. Okay, so we've got unfinished business. We still have things to resolve and discuss. So this hasn't ended for them. There's still things on their mind. And through their deception, their tower moment, and the energy that's been around the transformation, and they've got the love begins. It's clearly something that there's still something they want to talk about. Chemistry. I have never felt a passion this intense, inseparable. Our love is always there despite the distance. And we've got destiny. I'm struggling to find the right path. So that's probably come through from their tower moment, their disruption. And because that's exactly what it is. Things have to come down. Things are torn apart in order for us to find a new path. So this is what they're clearly trying to do, find a new path. You're obviously still on their mind. So despite the distance between you, they recognize that love, that connection that was between you. And not just that, the chemistry, the passion. I've never felt a passion this intense. And so maybe that's all part of their realization as well through their destruction of just exactly what you and this connection meant for them. So I feel like there is something that they still want to talk about. Oh, okay. So at the bottom of the pile, we've got third party. There were other things that got in the way of us being together. It doesn't necessarily have to be a person. It could be other things, but it might be. It might have been things that family or friends were saying, or influences from other people. It could have literally been another person. Either way, for any of it, whatever this third party is, has been a part of their clarity, been a part of their tower moment and their transformation and their realization of what you are to them. Clearly no one has been able to compare. All right. Let's get okay, let's get tarot for how they're feeling towards you and their intentions. Their feelings and intentions towards you in the connection. Okay, so King of Wands, which instantly makes me think of this chemistry card. I've never felt a passion this intense. Okay. We've got the King of Pentacles, but in reverse. So there is a desire for something to move forward. Yet I still feel like with this King of Pentacles in reverse, potentially they haven't fully come out of their destruction phase yet. They're still maybe working through some, selfishness, some of their ego. Maybe they didn't give a lot previously in this connection. Maybe you were the one giving more and they weren't. So they're feeling a little bit, left out in the cold. So without you and this connection, they've really been feeling it. They've been feeling that distance. They've been feeling that loss. And we did have emotional loss in the other cards as well at the bottom of the pile. Okay, a lot. Okay. Okay. So, at the moment, I feel like they're still in that transition phase. That transformation that we had at the beginning around this connecting energy and the universe, which is like the world card of a completion, that is the connecting energy that is around it. At the moment, that is what's still coming into fruition, I feel, because right here, they haven't completely transformed yet. They're still working on it. They're still in a place where they're thinking about, they're not feeling completely clear about their options or their way forward or how to make their way forward. And I feel with that moon energy, it also connects with this destiny. I'm struggling to find the right path. So they are struggling to find a way to come forward to you, particularly because they probably know that they're still in a period of this transformation. There's definitely heartbreak. And this ties with the 5 of Pentacles as well. I'm feeling in particular, so because we had that third party card as well, that there were other influences that got in the way. And I'm seeing these 3 swords through the heart. So, you know, maybe there has been not just heartbreak within your connection, but heartbreak within whatever else this was. And it doesn't, like I said before, it doesn't have to be a person. It could mean that they've had something, in order to be with you, there was something else that might have to either be let go of or changed in some way as well in order for you to be together. They are still in an energy, or trying to come through an energy of a little bit deceptive. Like there's been a betrayal of some sort. And that can just mean knowing that they didn't give to you what you deserved, the time, the love, the energy that you deserved. I'm also feeling with this 7 of Swords and this King of Pentacles in reverse that still this little bit of a sense of selfishness. Maybe they were putting their own needs ahead of yours. However, we've got the Star, the 6 of Wands, and the King of Pentacles here at the end. So they do, you know, this transformation is still in process. They do want this new hope and this balancing with you. They want a victory and a success. And I think we had that as one of the bottom cards before as well, victory and success. And they do want that with you. The Knight of Pentacles, is them trying to find that way forward, to plant those new seeds, coming to you with they want to come, I feel like they want to come in with something solid and serious for you, but they need to work through this, through this and their uncertainties. They need to fully transform and be clear to be able to come back in with a proper offer. And this can sometimes take a long time. How are you feeling about them and this connection? Where are you at? Okay, so you find this connection really important. I think you understand that a transformed them would be a bit of a wish fulfillment. You also have a lot of sort of passion and desire for them. I think this connection clearly was quite, there was a lot of desire. A lot of chemistry in this connection as well. And we've got the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands here as well. So this is definitely something you haven't given up. As I say that, the Eight of Cups comes out. So I feel like maybe you are on the verge of like, because we had that waiting card as well, the waiting game. Maybe you do feel like, maybe you've been waiting for a while. I don't know how long this separation has been for, but maybe you clearly love this person, because the Eight of Cups is also about walking away from something that, you love. You've got 8 full cups here, but they've turned their back and walked away. And so this person, this connection is really important to you. There's a lot of desire for them and it. However, maybe through this waiting and their current uncertainties that they're still working through, maybe you're picking up on that even a little bit energetically and coming to a point where it's like, well, how long do I hold out hope? Even though you had hope here, you do have it, but then it's like, well, how long should I hold out hope? And should I just walk away? What else? Okay. Again, I can't get the words out. So you have a lot of love for this person, and I think you've been really trying to sit in your stillness, in your Empress energy. But it's taking its toll on you. And you're, with this Eight of Cups, the thinking about having to walk away, you're mourning the spilt cups here. So the destruction, what has happened. But we know that you probably don't see the 2 cups that are still remaining. You don't see the transformation that is in the process of taking place. It hasn't fully happened yet, and that's what you can't see. You haven't seen the fact that they want that star moment, that new hope and that victory and that grounded offering to you. I just feel you have been really, really patient. And this person is clearly taking their time. They've either had a lot to work through, like a lot of insecurities, a lot of shadow, a lot of ego, which I do feel with these cards here, as well as the third party. They've clearly had a lot to have to try and work through. But you don't know that they are actually doing the work, and you're on the point, I feel, of like giving up. I just want to get a couple of emotion cards just quickly for you. Emotion around you. Patience. You've been so patient. You've been so patient. Oh, patience. I accept that everything happens in divine order. And look, you're Empress, you know, divine, feminine. So you do have an understanding of divine timing. But, you know, we still live in this human experience, and we can get tired of hoping and waiting for something that we don't know is going to happen or not. And success, I know there is no greater goal than to love. So you have so much love for this person. But I think you have a lot of love in general. I think you'd be able to give a lot of love to anyone who deserved your love. All right, let's just get a couple for your person. What are they? What's their emotion? So health. I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. So maybe that's also starting to look at their health, because when we're in good health physically, you know, it helps mentally as well. Humor, I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. Nice, but maybe they still need to focus a lot more on what's going on here and their transformation than just humor. And forgiveness, I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. So I feel like it's a sense, you know, of forgiveness for them, to themselves, that they need to give. A forgiveness to the situations that were around them. I don't sense to you, because I don't feel like from this energy, you've been really patient, and I can just see how much love and patience you've had. So even this humor that they've got might even just be holding them back just a little bit. Like if we're just trying it from fully focusing on the things that they need to focus on. Okay, let's get a potential future outcome. A potential future outcome. I feel like it may not be that soon, simply because there's still a little bit here that's going on for them. We'll see. Okay, what's the potential future outcome? Okay, so we've got the Nine of Wands, the Page of Wands, the Ace of Swords, and Two of Cups. So this Nine of Wands, I feel, is both of you. Like, they're going through a lot in terms of what they're working through, but it's also you. You've been so patient. You've been, feels a bit like battle weary. You know, you've probably put up with a lot. And you've been patient. But through it, there's a sense that there is a movement forward, maybe somewhat naive or playful rather than serious to begin with. But with the Ace of Swords, there's potentially going to be some clarity and some truth and some honest, open and direct conversations about everything that's happened and what it is that you both want and desire moving forward. And the Two of Cups, you know, equal give and take and equal partnership, where there's a genuine reciprocal love of one another, meeting each other equally. So, you know, that's good. That's good. It means that, you know, potentially they do manage to work through all of this stuff that they're going through and get to a place where, you know, you can meet equally. Let's get another one. That's too many. That was the Page of Pentacles. So again, just bringing in an offer. And this is maybe what they're working through at the moment, is like how, maybe because of everything that happened, maybe this is that, how am I going to be able to reconnect? What have I got to offer this person? Okay, so we've got the Eight of Wands, the Hermit, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Three of Cups. Okay, so with the Hermit and the Wheel of Fortune here, it is on Divine's timing, and there is still sort of retreat and inner work going on. The Eight of Wands, I feel, is probably more about the communication, that there's going to be a lot of communication rather than it being something that's quick. And I think, you know, with so much going on here, I think there is going to have to be a lot of communication. There is going to have to be a lot of talk. But the Three of Cups, a celebration and reunion, finding, you know, your tribe, your person, and with the Two of Cups as well. And the Knight of Wands, oh, there's a lot of desire here. There's a lot of passion and desire here. Hanged Man. So there is definitely potential for this reconnection, I think it's still just going to take a little bit of time. But when it does come, I do feel that it's going to be open, it's going to be honest, there's going to be a lot of communication, and the reconnection is going to be reciprocal and celebratory. I think there's going to be a genuine feeling on both your parts of happiness and joy to be back in each other's energy. As well as that desire to move forward together. So this is nice. It's just in process at the moment still. And those big moments, those big transformation moments, those tower moments, those destruction moments, those completion moments, they are big. They're big events. They're big things that happen. And we don't get through them quickly. So an event can happen quickly. However, our integration and learning from these things can take time. And that's the process that's happening at the moment. So just do what's right for you. Don't sit around waiting. You don't have to. Do what's right for you. And then when they come back in, follow your heart.